VOD's gonna have missed the 5 minutes of me dying to stage 1. What a shame. Stay up all night watching F1 Grand Prix. Nah. I was actually over at a buddy's place. We were hanging out. But it sucks because it was effectively like 2 different strands of the flu. What am I doing with this route right now? I tell you what, Gatorade is the greatest invention of all time. I don't drink it really much at all on the regular. But oh boy, when I'm sick, basically all I drink. I've got through so much over the last like 2 days. Protection laws. I think it's had to pet. I think there are things that can exist for this. I don't know where exactly. I don't know. Like, the way that different works work in, like, different states, they have their own laws for some of these things. I can't speak for 49 states. Right? And, like, Michigan, it has some union labor laws. I don't know, like, some of the stuff is not necessarily applicable for me where I work, but there is some stuff. Point is, there's a lot of variance in the U.S. with what you're doing and where you are. I'm not required to go in and work while I feel like shit. Now, I won't necessarily get paid for it, but I have paid time off. I actually have a lot of paid time. I actually have a lot of paid time off. Healthcare is not existent. No, healthcare is existent. It's just a scam, is what people say. One of the benefits I actually get from my work specifically is really good health insurance. But I did not go into work today. But I did get paid. Ah, you bitch! I wasn't paying attention. But I did get paid for it because I have many days. And I don't use most of my days. But I'm also... Like, it kind of depends on who you are and where you are something, but if I have to take off a lot of time for major injury or illness or something, I more than can. Without getting in trouble at many places. At the rest of your life. That depends, like I said, I have very generous health, or I wouldn't say my health insurance is very generous, necessarily, although it kind of is, but... My work offers for full-time employees really good insurance. However, it helps offset the fact that it's not quite the best pay you've ever seen in the world, but it's still fine. But they have really good insurance. And so that's the thing is, if I have major health issues, I'm not worried about my bill going too high because of how my stuff works. My younger sister had, she had a baby back in, it was like September, October. And she afterwards was in the hospital for like 3 weeks or something, close to 3 weeks. It was like 2.5 weeks. Because of like breast complications she was having. So they were in the hospital for forever, and I was talking with her and her husband. Her husband's a really good friend of mine, and he was telling me, afterwards he saw what the bill, like the total bill was, and like raised the eyebrow. Fortunately, what he has to pay was, I mean, he did have to pay a fair bit, don't get me wrong, but like, there's an IV that she had that I believe every usage was like $8,000, coupled with many other things. Just fucking sick. Well, just don't get like sick with something that's like serious. That's all you gotta do, right? Like, right, if you get like a cold or something, you know, stay home for a couple days. Easy peasy, right? Oh, I'm thrown. But one of the advantages is the fact that when my sister had issues with that, she was able to walk right into the hospital and start getting treated right away. Sorry, Canada. My parent was one of the doctors during the entire thing. Was like, she is not going to need surgery a week later. Yeah, she's going to need surgery. Or wave at me. I was gonna say, the year, like, I think it was like the fall or winter after COVID, I had it for like a few days. I didn't have anything. Like, I mean, to me, it just felt like getting the flu. I was off out of work for like 2 days. Then I went back. Fine. So, hello, Ben. Hope your spell cards that are very possible is going well. You get a boy with 3 luck. It depends on where you are. Like hospitals, generally speaking. Especially if you need something urgent, like you'll get it right away. If you need something like not quite as urgent, like if it's not like super urgent, maybe a few days. It depends on elsewhere though, right? Like other fields, and it depends on location. For example, right here, where I live, dentists. You want to get a fucking dentist appointment right now? They're like, oh yes, we're scheduling you for December. You mean 11 months from now? Yeah, 11 months from now. Those are reasonable things to do. And sometimes you gotta buckle it up. You forget clown buttons emoji. How do you forget that? It's one of the greatest emojis of all time, Fanny. But that's just a specific dentist issue in the area that I am. I swear, that middle one has more HP than the side ones. Press that for trigger. Hey, how many are you down to? I thought you said something like 15 or something. But I might be exactly mistaken. 13 left, okay. This Kaneko music, me too, kid. Sub-only streamers, I see item lists as well. Yeah, me and all my sub-only streams. I was barely doing anything clueless. Yeah, exactly. That's just one thing. Because it could get consistent. Well, there are a lot of things that are god-awful that they can get consistent. They just take, you know, a long time to get there. That's part of the reason that I believe that Alan said that he'd rank Kaimata as harder than Yiko, simply because the effort put into getting good at her is higher than Yiko's. Not necessarily just due to the raw difficulty of what it is in the middle of the run. But it's hard to get good at. Or it's going to take more effort. Although, as we all know, any attack that is static is obviously free. I love, what? I didn't even see the bullet. What I was saying is I love 2/3 movement. That's off 2 to 10 waves off of a few attacks. Only off of a few attacks? That's barely anything. Clueless. Oh, since you're doing no ISC no item fam, are you doing Great Fairy Wars gold medals next? We're doing the mallet bonk only run. Generally on your Junko arc right now. I feel like the Junko arc, I thought that Junko arc would be fighting Junko. And if you're pretending to actually be Junko, what the? Apparently me pressing left alt caused the game to lag briefly. but me doing it again isn't causing it to lag again, so... Damn it, no lag switch. Unbelievable. I'll see what to do gold medals already, me and other things that people don't say. You are Junko? If you're Junko, I thought you'd be playing like Touhou 20, because there are Lunarians in that game. Did I kill the frickin' piece of poop? You die Kasen? I don't feel like Kasen is necessarily the opposite of Junko. Yum, 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 yum. Don't worry, she'll die one of these seconds. There we go. Spell's weird. I do kind of like it. As much as it kind of cheats you. There's a lot of, like, niche mechanics on this spell I think are really cool to, like, play with and dodge at. Thank you for the clan butt. Appreciate it. Like General. I should put the Mickey Akatsuki record song we did for at some point. Pick a blank card and LNN. You can pick blank card up only on stage 511. Because blank card will pick up all the stuff on the next shop, but since there is no stage 6 shop, you are free to pick up blank card on stage 5. But if you pick it up prior, then you will pick up everything on the next shop, so that's a no-no. This hair is very pretty, indeed. Mickey is wholly underrated. Edger down with the homing amulets. They certified edgers. 1, Zito. Hello, Game Glitcher. I really decided, let's graze that bullet completely unnecessarily. And you know what? I sure did. How about minimum photo violence detector? How we go out of our way to not glorify every man-made challenge just to make the game as hard as possible. This is coming from a person who does do LNN, which is exactly that. And yet I will still stand by my claim. Ooh, I'm getting low. I don't know if players when they get beat cloud bees, yeah. We all know that Cloud Beast on normal is the hardest boss. Why did I enter unfocused mode there for a minute? Okina bathtub? You're entering Okina's bathtub? Hold up a moment, buddy. Probably the secret to her dyeing her hair. I should have stayed on the left. Probably doesn't really matter. I should have. They didn't do much damage, no, she does peanut damage. Hey, that's offensive to peanuts. What if instead of Jizo, you pronounce it Jizzo? You ever think about that? Food for thought. Boy, these first two sections of Stage 3 are just perfectly fine streaming sections. Surely everything else in this stage is free. It is Fonzo. You can't just take a word and put it in front of Alfonso. And act like it just works as a meme. I walked right into the bullet! Here, I'll beat the Twitch hype record again. Yeah, I heard something. I know someone who, one of my friends mentioned that to me on Saturday. I don't remember the details, but that must have been what it was. Speaking of Okina bathtub, when am I doing Touhou bathtub stream? I play Touhou, but it's in the bathtub. Nero took your third virginity. Should I ask you what that means? You know, if it's not too personal, what happened to the first two? Frame record. Yeah, but that's like pseudo AI, right? Did internet work? Yeah, but how'd you get it back? That's another question. Also, why are you sleeping with the interns? What are you, the University of Michigan football coach? To anyone else here who happens to be in Michigan or know of American football. So I'll explain this controversy just because I feel like it's funny based on the conversation. So, head coach for University of Michigan, okay, massive position in terms of college football, by the way. Like, the guy's getting paid millions of dollars. So he got outed, he got fired, and then subsequently got arrested. I didn't hear exactly how the trial has gone. In fact, it probably hasn't happened yet, knowing how the jury system happened. But what happened is, so it turns out he was sleeping with it. Like, this guy's married middle-aged guy. Turns out he was sleeping with an intern. And the report also had it that he got her pregnant. And then after he got fired, after all this like reports and stuff came out of this, he got fired. He reported allegedly drove to her house and threatened to kill her and himself, and then he got arrested. So that's why you don't sleep with interns. Read the dancer backstory. Is that what that plotline is like? I've never actually seen it. I will say I know of it. I've never actually like read it myself. Partially because I think it's Japanese and then have to like translate it, and that's a lot of work. It's over for me. Sorry, it's not over for me. Practice. No, my practice is me doing runs. This is my actual gameplay. Like, this is what I'm here for. Like, me doing stage 1, stage 2, that's just my warm-up for this. Like, my runs are mostly just to keep me refreshed on the early game. And giving myself a bit of a warm-up, and to give myself a bit of a break. Yeah, endless stage 3 cycle. I mean, this is one of the hardest stage 3s in Touhou. So it makes sense, right? In fact, there is a world where one could say Anima does not like you, 11. Just as I mentioned, that thing that 11 just posted was blocked by Anima. Stop losing, you're right. Back them up? What do you mean is that true? If you were to rank stage 3s across Touhou, you know, if you include the stage and the boss, probably top 5. Or at least around there. Right? Like, I'm not pretending it's as hard as Kagero or something, but, like, the stage portion has its problems. It literally has a spam section. The mid-boss sucks. And Sanyo is one of the harder stage 3 bosses on the market, so add that all together. Like I said, I'm not going to pretend it's the hardest. So that's why I said it's one of the hardest. Oop, that was my cousin. My spouting nonsense. You got me. My 3 popular belief you're good at Touhou in this game is one of the easiest to LNN. So true. Well, Kaimata is one of the easier stage 6 bosses on the market, therefore this game's actually free. That's bad luck. Like, in all realisticness, the thing about this stage 3 and reason it's not, like, the hardest, isn't that this stage 3 is easy. It's just that it's like Kagero is just worse. But, like, that's a low bar. I mean, that's a really low bar for I might have a bias. You're right. Me and my 3 LNNs, I don't actually have good opinions on anything. All my opinions are fraudulent. Stage of suck was the hardest stage of 3. Well, I didn't say that this is the hardest stage 3. Say the stage 3. Like, I went into this game knowing that I'm probably going to spend more time on this stage than any other in the game. Maybe stage 4. But, like, trying to get as good at this fucking fight is going to be the hardest part of this fucking game. I'm very confident. Ifo is the only mainline game you have 1 CC beats. It's the hardest. So true. I have a Mountain of Faith LNN, but I don't have a Wily Beast LNN. That means that Wily Beast is hard to get an LNN. Actually confirmed. Oh, I watched it. Yeah, because if I just want to go off that list that that Fami threw out there, it's like, okay, PC 98, no. PCB stage 3 is rough, but it's not as bad as this one. I'm still early, so throw an asterisk next to it. You know, give me more experience, but like, no. Mountain of Faith has an annoying stage 3, but it's not that terrible. Subterranean, no. UFO, I don't have enough UFO experience to comment on that part. I think it's definitely a little close-ish, but move past. You get DDC. I think, like, obviously, I feel if you're doing best shots in DDC, there's a bit of, like, a variance there, but, like, I'm not going to pretend that this is better than Kagero. Or worse than Kagero, is probably the way I should say it. Well, okay, again, Dormy's pretty stacked there, but, like, that's what you get, right? And, like, if you include FW, which may or may not be worse, that's kind of hard to say. Like, what? Then you got maybe 4 games at most? Like, say you do want to include FW and you put UFO and FW, which, again, probably a bit subjective there. And also a little hard to say because this game and FW have so few people that have played them compared to a lot of the others. So there's also a bit of... Some people are not as experienced to rank things. It's not very hard for LNN. I don't know if anyone was arguing with that, though. I would agree. I think Mei Ling has her tricks, but, like, don't get me wrong, she's not. You know, he trusts his agent for the SDM. So true. He's playing Impossible Spell card, he's a true double agent. $11, you're gonna have to stay till I pivot to Ice Fairy, because when right before I leave this game to Ice Fairy, I'm gonna have to pull out my new plane image. I got a new one. I walked right into the bullet. Like, obviously, UM is relatively new, so there's a lot of people that play just because of that, but in terms of Windows, it is the second least played game. But that's solely probably because well, okay, maybe not solely because of how bad FW is, but that's probably a large part because of, just because FW came out 6 months ago. I walked into it. categories, but I think it's also just 18 is not that popular. Like, generally, whenever a new game comes out, it's always like, game's mid. And people go back to playing Perishable Night. Throwing. Supposed easy survival, so true. I'm curious to see in FW what's going to happen when we get the first, like, non-cheese LNN, right? Backdragon streamer that's not yet doing main game, yeah. Like, generally, the only Touhou people who average above that are Naro and Asprey, but they played the main games. Don't get me wrong, they've streamed them, but they don't like actively stream the main games. Yeah, Everlasting gets some when he streams every 8 months. Unfortunately, being busy has its problems, though. That barely has 13 viewers, but only 4 chatters. Listen, some people are heavy chatters. Everywhere they'll pop up, they like to type messages. But, like for example, I am not a chatter. If I see Fammy streaming, I'll say something just to be nice and just say something. If I see Umbro Bomba, oh, why did I reset up on the capital? If I see like Umbro Bomba streaming, I'll hop in, I'll say something for the fun of it. It'd be nice, engages that briefly. But like for the most part, not that I watch live streams often. If I'm watching a stream, I do not chat at all. And that's not me being like, I hate chatters, because obviously all of you guys I hate, you guys actually typing. I hate that. To make this joke, yeah. I stream that in chat. I'd probably chat briefly at the bare minimum, if I saw you stream. Again, kind of be nice about it. But like, if say I hop into someone that like I don't like, I haven't like watched or chat like engaged with before in any manner, I'm not chatting. No, I'm usually a less typer than anything else. Or less of a talker than other people, so, usually less expressive than some people, but... And this is what I've learned to appreciate about emotes, because I'm not an emoter, okay? I've always been like, I think emotes are stupid. But I have changed my mind a little bit. Slightly. Like, I still do not, like, I'm not a big emoter, like, at all. But I've learned to appreciate emotes from the stance of a lot of people like to just use them, kind of as the chat alternative. It's all equally, yep. I backed right in the bullet. LNN AOCF. Why don't you do immaterial missing power? That game's great. Shit, what's your problem? Immaterial missing power is the best one. Obviously. Ooh, I panicked. Can't be rebound keyboard. Just use controller forehead. That's how I played the fighting game. I play these games on keyboard, but I played the fighters on controller. Yeah, like I said, I used to think they were stupid. I used to be kind of on the anti-emote like line, but after streaming and seeing people like them, especially because like Spooter was the one who like asked me about emotes and stuff, and then she was the one who was willing to go out of her way to make me a bunch of emotes, and then seeing people use them and stuff has made me appreciate emotes a lot more. I still don't like. I still really don't. Why am I on stage 3? That's not what I wanted to do. But this is not the section I want to do either. Of course, like I said, I'm still not much of a emoter myself, but I gotta do this. I walked into it. With Yukari's and Maribel's Yoke Soda. But Maribel's Yukari's human soda. Speaking of Maribel, 11. We got Labby trying its way soon. Do you think that for another game, 3 pesos is going to, for whatever reason, make Yukari and Renko broken? Don't have great Fair Wars. Fake Touhou fan over there. Holy moly. Unbelievable. They broke in 1. Nah, not really. I mean, Renko was really good in 1, I'd say. Maribel was kind of eh. Renko was definitely really good in 1, though, I'd say. I don't know if she was broke, if I'd class her as broken, but she was really good. But Maribel was kind of certified mid to not good. Yeah. Ooh, why am I doing the rep that I am doing? It's okay, we do a little throwing. I saw the bullet come for me, I was like, ooh, let's go down that line. Collect the Infinity Stone with unhinged survival achievements. Cool, where's Gengetsu Rage Phase? Come on, it's PC98. You want to support PC98, right? So we got 10 seconds. Yeah, I remember you mentioned that one. Is that guy more to the right? Is the It is! The horizontal width that these guys spawn at is random. Starting from the second one. I never noticed that. This is like the one part of the game I really wish I had more damage for. See if I can use the line doesn't bleed. Pod is real to me! It's the realest game! Maybe we'd kill all the opening red guys. Oop, I improved. Oh, the extended. Like, I mean, at this point, how close are you to all... Do you have all hard 1cc's yet? So I was gonna... Because I'll just say, going for all the 1cc's, especially across the difficulties... Click through, let's go. Okay. I remember you're close, and I probably remember when you said that you were there, but like I don't call off the top of my head. But like unironically, getting all the 1cc's across the difficulties seems like one of those kind of unhinged. You know, I'm supposed to kill the third guy. Why didn't nobody tell me? Just as a mention abroad for, Okay, this guy's all against the wall! What are we doing here, fairies? But for various, Ooh, I shimmied too much. Hello, Gargano. But for various things. When I'm finished with, Ice Fairy, I'm not sure exactly what I'll do right away, but it'll probably be either something really short or maybe just more Lost Branch, but I might do something like the Yoyami Biscuit game or something, just something, like, short to do for a couple days. Because with Try coming out in, like, 2 weeks or something, my plan is to move, you know, I don't necessarily love having to super long JRPGs go at the same time, but I will. What I'll probably do is I'll move Fantasy Maiden Wars to the Ice Fairy slot. And then move... Ooh, I did not mean to do this. And then put Try on the big slot. Shouldn't be too much of them. They're the best instrument girls. Well, it'd be Merlin, Lyrica, Lunasa, Yatsuhashi, Ben, Raiko, and just them. Is an umbrella an instrument? Can I count Kogasa? Keeps flickering? Why would you do that, Light General? Why would you flicker your power? If you're aggressive, you can kill all of them there. Now, Raiko does have the childbearing gift, so I'll give her that. I love how easy it is to just bait out the cat reacts. It's one of my favorite parts of streaming. I love that emote. I need an edited version of that emote where it's just like Orin doing it. Or like Michael Cat. Oh, fuck. She has childhood crush written all over her, does she? The mayo-themed dogs. Ah, fuck. I'm not going to answer that question, 11. I'll let Game Butcher answer it. He's probably knowledgeable about that. I should have tapped left. Oof, blocked right the door. Should play musical prep. Is it blocked? Is it blocked all the way? Because if some air can get through, then music can still be played. And as long as there's air coming through, I'm assuming the power can take place because it's like it's a magical trumpet, right? Check her out, yeah. Although I'm not as efficient at it in that middle section. But you kill 4, then you kill 6, then you come back over here, and you... I'm walking into the bullets, which is unfortunate, but it is what's gonna happen. So this section, yeah, this section does fucking suck ass, but... It's really just be aggressive. And then you end up right here in the middle. Unfortunately, I left those guys on the right too long because I didn't cut back quick enough. No, this entire section I grabbed myself. This is not a section I grabbed from anyone else. I didn't stay in the right line, though. There we go. I walked right into the bullet anyway. But that's kind of like the aim, is where you just gotta kill all the spirits. You kill 4, then you kill the 6, then you want to cut back here, wait a hot second, try to get your way over. Let's hold over here for a brief second, then come back here, kill all these guys, and when all the spirits are dead, get to the middle. Cope. Cope and seed. Cope, seed. Sooner you kill them all, the better. Is what I would say, but then they keep shooting the shit there. I can't, what? R? Hello? Escape R? Excuse me? Q works? What happened to the R button? Excuse me? R button broke? Hello? Let me... Let me rip off my keys real quick. Hey, let me go. Hold up. This escape have escape bar. I've been using escape bar all this time. Well, let me. Okay, I'm pressing R in Google and it's working fine there. So apparently, the game just doesn't like me right now. Like I've been using R all day. Like rewind like fucking 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. Too bad to know right now, unbelievable. For back Opkin. Actually, I'm gonna do that. Hey, okay, R is just not working? Hello? Now Q's not working! Hello, game? You'd be the best kisser in Touhou. I'll get to that in a minute. That every copy of Touhou is personalized. Yeah. Okay, Escape Queue's working now. But R just gave up? Why? It's so annoying. Dude, it's the fact that I cannot R right now is like pressing every button on my keyboard, hoping that Escape R will work. Oh, it worked right there! Now it's working again! Good fucking grief! Yes, you're right, that was all clearly just for the bit. So, I mean, I could try to stream from the right wall on the second go-around. That meds, you're right. I took an ibuprofen last night, it's probably that, dude. Opioid pandemic, SMH my head, right, guys? probably fine. It's probably that is fine just to stray from that spot. Cool. Oops, couldn't get it right there. Question: who's the best kisser? Whoever I'm married to. Problem is, I want to unfocus so I can home and kill the guys on the left. But the problem is, I can't, like, if I want to dodge well, then it's like, then you kind of do want to focus, which is the duality of man and modern rainbow. I feel like there's an obvious answer. I'm just trying to get to come to mind. Oh, Momoyo. Boy, how did I forget about that? Why Momoyo? Because, so, the exact, like, thing that she's, like, based off of, I forget the exact specifics about it. But regardless, something about, like, the creature, something that she's based off of, has a reaction to human saliva. Okay. I forget the specifics, but then in fan theory, okay, fan works, this gets interpreted, this has gotten interpreted as she goes into heat whenever she ingests human saliva. You gotta end up more in the middle quicker. Fanworks don't work. Fanworks are as relevant to Touhou as the regular works are. But it's only like that because officially her thing is related to the. I went too fast again. Well. They live for so long. See, that's what you want to do. You want to end up in the middle as quick as possible so you can kill him as quick as possible. So you start with these guys as quick as possible. That's the whole goal of that section, is just to get out of that middle guy as quickly as possible. That would be so funny, you're right? Oh, I forgot about this. The world middle guy lives. I mean, he can tie that off the top of the screen. It's not the end of the world, but it's really bad. It is a pretty long stage. I wonder if, you know, hold on. Maybe there's an advantage to this. Hold on. Apply the power of homing. Take advantage of what you have and let it do its work. If you live in one non-Gensokyo location, where would it be? Probably my house in Michigan. Docs, you're right. I've never said I live in Michigan before. He's living in a house. Yeah, get me. Getting better at this line is important, but it's a good enough line. I wonder if me actually doing that is gonna fuck up my timing. You ever wonder that? You guys ever think? I didn't go low enough. That's too slow. Whenever people get asked who their favorite Celestial is, their answer is Tenchi. Good question. Yeah, the answer is the Netherworld, of course. I agree with Alan, because you could marry Yuko. And that's obviously the best answer. Alan is evil, confirmed. As a broad, I like this. I gotta do it more and get used to it more, but as a broad, I like this. Kill the first two and then stream from there. Just you can end up in the middle. Holy crap, it's already been over an hour streaming. Why did nobody tell me that? I love that section so very much. And they're over the wall, they have shots. So either kill them all quick enough or spin, I'd assume. I think my throat's gonna be dead tomorrow because I'm talking more today than I did at all yesterday. Yesterday I did zero talking. It's pretty clean, it could be a coincidence too. Yeah. But I'm assuming it's one of the two, because those are the two, like, strats that make sense. Or bomb, you never know if that was his plan. To live in the middle of the sun, please. I don't think Oku's bed is in the middle of the sun, God, yeah. Or, Game Glitcher, excuse me. Please notice looking at time. Hey, for me, it's still Monday. And that's all that matters. Although internally it feels like a Sunday, because I didn't go because I've been sick. So once again, this week's gonna be all fucked up since my timing is off for being sick for the 3rd week in a row. 4th week in a row, excuse me. Be dormy already? You know, just for that, I'll make sure I don't do that. I don't be dormy today. Oop, that was a bad line. That was also bad. Possible beat Touhou with carbon monoxide poisoning. Probably not, but I haven't tried. So what? Okay, I'm gonna move on for now. My garage is car running. I'll pass for now. That's not what I meant to do. Get the LNN before I die. I mean, I could make that my stream title. And just, like, do everything as normal still. Can I get this LNN before I die? Question mark. When someone comes in and asks, do you have, like, a life-threatening disease or something? I'm like, no, I just, you know, who knows if I'll get the LNN before I die. It's a mystery. Either I'll get this LNN or I die. One of those two things will happen first. I can very confidently say in life right now that is a very true statement. I will either die or get the LNN. One will happen before the other. And you cannot prove to me that I'm wrong because it's impossible for me to do that. And I get the LNN for the Damaku cartel against me. Isn't that just Touhou 90? Deal with the cartel, the black market. I trapped myself. It resets the timer. What what are we, 12? Oh my gosh, this is so good, guys. So deep. Like, it's really funny. I'm sorry, that was rude. Go to a con. I don't know if I'm gonna go as far to say I'll never go to a con ever, because that's a okay. Nice, just entrapment. Misumaru doing the baby entrapment gambit, unbelievable. So I don't want to say I'd never go to a con, but like. As I currently am, I'm not going to a convention. Or I'll create the Alfonso convention. I'll host that, and then we can all go to that one in 10 years from now. Yeah, so basically, it happens to be with 20 minutes from your house. You live in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, me too. Like, I live in the US, but literally there's not a place with a population greater than 20,000 within about 3 hours of me. Never look crinkling, no. My expectation is some sort of furry diaper fetish thing. I'm gonna move on with that. London Comic-Con. London? Oh my gosh. British mention. Get the police. Dude, I hate how good you can play sometime on that spell and then you still die. Dressed up as a girl, like he's super ripped for the funny. I mean, I dressed up as me. There's an image in the Discord of me dressed up as Hatsune Miku for Halloween. I'm not super like okay. My upper arms are pretty ripped. Not that you can see it that great. Like I can definitely flex off some muscle up there. Next time you dress as a girl should be Yukari. I mean, it'd either be Miku again because I have Miku. Like I already have the stuff for it, so I could do it again. If it's going to be something else. It likely what I would try to aim for is A, Reimu, B, Sumareko, or C, Yumeru. The worst part about this non-2 is remembering what this non-2 is after the first spell. Fuck, I backed up too much. If you wanted the 3. Probably in the order of Yumeru would be my preferred than Sumareko than Reimu, but like Reimu would be way easier to get this good score. Ooh, what I actually should do is if I do go as Reimu, the video will get either body type, no muscle, no fat. I have the no fat part, and like my lower body doesn't have a lot of muscle, but my upper body has got enough. I mean, I work a physical job, so I just kind of get some naturally by that. I don't work out, but I get enough physical work out of my job. Like, Reimu is the one I forgot you gotta cut back. I literally just said that like 30 seconds ago. So I have to show off my his armpits? I already did! In my Miku outfit. Hello? Like, you maybe be the one I'd want to do the most, but it'd also be far and away the hardest one to do. Okay, Sumareko would be the second, the one I'd want to do the second most, which would be a little easier, but probably still pretty difficult. Reimu would be the one I'd want to do the least of the 3, but it would be far and away the easiest to do. So. I fucking forgot again. That'll happen on pace. Yeah, because I've done it about 1,000 times in practice by the time I eventually get here on pace in 3 years from now. I just want to mention, I'm not a cosplayer at all. I'm not a cross-dresser either. I just did Miku because it was really fun to do, in my opinion. And I had a lot of fun doing it. Now, you won't catch me doing that shit outside of anything else that's not like Halloween. I'm not into that type of thing by any means. I just thought it was really fun to do. Let's just make the gap as bad as possible. Yeah, that's a good idea. love micros, doesn't everybody? I hate this non. It's not that terrible, I rarely die to it, but I fucking hate this non. This spell also bothers me. Not that it's the worst, but having to deal with this after spell 1 is a painful. It's also really long. Fuck! One of these days we'll get a perfect Misumaru. Fuck, she was younger and balding. Just use a wig. That was also I'll mention this when I did the Mewtwo outfit for Halloween. I'll mention that outfit took me over an hour to like get on. Most of that was put like the tie took me a while. I could not do a tie. I took like 20 minutes trying working on that tie. But the other problem was the wig. Like they came with a wig net, but like I had never used a wig before. Figuring out how to use that was it was a whole challenge in of itself. Nice aggressive play. Almost got grazed by that light blue one. Maybe not dye my hair. My hair is very short. I usually keep my hair quite short. I just got a haircut as well on Friday, by the way. Like, I couldn't even go as Renosuke. I keep my hair too short. Love not getting the stream notifications, which is a really good site. It's perfect and not flawed at all. I love it, dude. She is right. These yin-yangs do be suffocating me. I should probably spend a lot of independent time on this spell at some point. But her first spell is too much fun to spend any time on this spell. Truly a calamity. I can try myself again. What is the skimpiest clothes? What, Touhou? Like, of all Touhou characters, who has the skimpiest? That's a good question. That was pretty cool. It's not that it's not a cool final, it's that it's not spell 1. Therefore, it is bad. It's not bad. I'm fine with the attack, but... I didn't do what you want to do here. Oops, sometimes it's called we do a little throwing. I completely forgot what we were supposed to do. Fine, we get out of it. We're okay. Literally easiest attack here in all Touhou. I'm cooked. For the Master Spell cards on this boss fight? What do you mean for Master Spell cards? Oops, I threw again. I don't know what you mean when you say Master. The laser? Get good. skill issue. Literally free. I just fucking not, dude. Holy shit. They are both a little bit different. Generally, I currently play mostly off of Gorilla. Though there is some rhyme or reason to what I'm doing, I'm not confident enough in shenanigans yet to speak much about it. Until I get more and more comfortable and used to it. Bangs. You gotta send me the Mega Moot emotes. That's Megumin, not Megumu. Nice try, 11. Free reading stuff. I've tried some theoretical, like trying to make reads on Final, but currently I have nowhere near enough experience on her Final to do that. There's the Mega Max, good question. Oop, I tried to leave way too late. As much as I did Misumaru spell 1. Yeah, I'd be significantly better. I'd probably be pseudo consistent at it, and then I would die every time to Misumaru spell 1 without question. What's your point? Just like sliding to the bottom. I think if you want to move up or not. I understand the theoretical idea behind it. The problem is like actually reading it in the moment and doing it. I escaped way too late again. I'm not paying. Not too slow. My brain's shutting down. Despite getting a much better sleep last night, I still only got like 7 hours. Which isn't bad, but... This shouldn't really matter in her first spell? Not really. Like, I stand right here to bait her to the left. And she doesn't go to the left because I think it might be marginally easier to cope. But I think the difference is just, it's so marginal that it doesn't really matter. At the very least for Rainbow, can't speak as much for other characters. But... Freest non-2 you've ever seen. I feel like the hitbox for the laser disappears, like, just slightly before the actual visual disappears. I did the bad line. This is a very neat attack. It's really tight, and I gotta get used to it more to make the dodges. But it's a cool attack, even if it is relatively consistent. And ultimately, you see, like, that's my problem. It's like, I'll see. Ooh, I moved quickly. Lock in, that's a lot for my brain to do right now. I wasn't looking at the screen. I wasn't looking again! If it's routable, then it's free, obviously. Yeah, the semifinal's pretty routable. It is tight, though. And until I'm used to it more, I will still definitely make a lot of mistakes. Even then, I will make mistakes on it, but give me a bit more experience and I'll be a lot better. Learnable equals static move, learnable equals free. Yep. That's 100% how it works. If you disagree with us, then you're clearly wrong, right? Oh, that's not what I could get out of that. No, routable does not always mean static. However, static things are always routable. They should be, like, based on the nature of them. Static should always be routable, but not the other way around. Routable, not routable. Dude, this deck's so free, honestly, bro. Holy moly. Probably her easiest attack, in all honesty. I love certified hitbox mode with the spell. Like, what are we, the fuck are we doing here, Mega Man? Hello, Buggo. Oop, I did that wrong. Removes Moonstone, I think FW has a shot for you, mate. Holding out her Phantom with the POV. See, that's what you're supposed to do, just to stall like a little bit. Oh my gosh, that non is so free! All of the time. Laser spell is harder than the non, confirmed? What are we doing here with these hitboxes? Yeah, the Toyame fight's pretty fun. I hate Okay, I was gonna say, I don't like her first spell, and I hate her final. Like, her final's a stupid fucking attack. Pristine lunacy looking at. Fuck, I do the thing where I just walk. Nuns are actually just Junko's timeout. Or actually, there's some differences though between the nuns and the timeout. It's gonna be pre-read. I don't even care if it's consistently static. Like, you could tell me that spell's 100% readable from the word. You could tell me it was static, and I would hate it. That Toyohime bundle. Randomness does not equate how much I dislike an attack. There are more than enough attacks that have a lot of volatility that I like. Wow, look at Bungo out here, falling to the meta, wow. Attack. No, just show up with pristine lunacy on lasers, and honestly, I'll hate you from the word go. Like, there's just no question about that in the slightest. Like, you just pop out here with that garbage. Like, pristine lunacy is an attack I learned, and I learned to do solidly. Like, honestly, I didn't get super good at it, because, like, I got the 1cc and then I bailed. So, like, I could have gotten a lot better at it. You can get super good at pristine lunacy. I hate pristine lunacy. I always will. Probably. Just because fundamentally what the attack is. Everything dog shit. Oh, no, I don't love everything dog shit. I don't like Hydro Camouflage. Ooh, I did that wrong. Did enough damage? He wasn't that hard on normal, yeah. That works out for PL. Yeah, I used that strat, and I got, like, solid enough to do it. I think I did it on my 1cc attempt. Or my actual 1cc run. Listen, I just want my attack where I dodge a bullet. That's all I want out of an attack game glitcher. Just let me dodge something like normal. Give me a bullet, make it honest, let me dodge it. Give me PDH. PDH is a definition of that. HC, freaking, I hate that acronym. Okina Spring Final. Give me that. That's honest attack. Catswalk, give me that. Don't give me fucking Sub-Sun. I'll take Catswalk every day of the week before I take Sub-Sun or Fog Labyrinth. At least Satori's Fog Labyrinth is better than Shoot the Bullets. I'll give it that. It's not great, but it is better. I wasn't looking. Lunatic Impact is BS. Spring File? Yeah, it is pretty good. It is very honest. It's just a lot coming from above. Good luck. Have fun. Make your reads, dodge the bullets. okay? I understand that Kagero's a pain in the ass. I understand why she's a pain in the ass. I like the Kagero fight a lot more than I like Seijin. I like it a lot more than I like Bende. I've been doing this for too long. I'm getting sloppy on some of the easier things. Blue Tick Impact, the two biggest problems with Blue Tick Impact is the fact that A, the moves block the bullets, and that leads into the second part, which is, oh, you're playing as Reimu? Oh, you forgot how to do the first 2 seconds of the attack? Guess what? Instead of being 20 seconds, the attack's gonna be 40 seconds. Have fun. Don't fuck yourself. Ooh, that was Foolish Fool of a Took. Do you guys ever do those, where you just are a Foolish Fool of a Took? In Transient Discord. Don't worry, one of these years I will make a video on YouTube. And I'll do this for other tech, I'll do this for Hydro at some point. Where I break down everything wrong with Hydro Camouflage. And why that tag is absolute ass. I'd be shitting on every spell. No, I like spell breakdowns. Just simply understanding every aspect of the spell that's going on. And then translating that into understanding what you're trying to read. Or what you can try to read. Hydro, it's free. Spoken like chicken butt would. He's the true villain among us. There's such a thing as most hated attack. What, universally? Probably exists. I couldn't tell you what it is. It probably also varies a lot based on which demographic of players you're talking about. Right, normal players, probably something like Clown Piece. Right, probably like her first spell or something. LNNers, probably a lot different list. YGB, Chicken Butt, could you like say a spell and not just like type in a bunch of random letters and pretend it has meaning? You grow bigger. Okay, as a certified Reimu player, I'm fine with you grow bigger. Or I should say, I'm tolerant of it. Hydro is terrible because it lies to you. The attack absolutely lies to you, and it betrays all your traditional dodging instinct. How the fuck did I make that micro? You got some banger spell names and then go bigger. Yeah, banger spell names like Horny Path. My favorite. Like, here's the thing about You Grow Bigger. I could complain about it, but Horny Path is way worse. That spell is garbage. I understand, and I don't hate You Grow Bigger. I absolutely understand people who hate You Grow Bigger. But Thorny Path is garbage. I do really like the bottom hug non. Restrat. I should have just gone really. Boo. Yeah, give me fucking traditional ass shit. Don't give me fucking sub-sun suction. Okay, I don't want to bust while I'm playing an attack. I want to dodge the attack. You're just gonna healing yourself, son, and just get good for it. I walked right into it. You can see it outside your galaxy. It's forgetting something. The Fabio Fonz says, guy, yeah, he and I should see eye to eye on every single opinion. We've never disagreed on anything before. He also believes that Fearless Wind God's literally free, much like I do. Because he's just a copycat of everything I say, so... See, what happens actually, Game Glitcher, is you're the problem here. What happens is every time I make an opinionated statement about something, you need to find some reason to shit on my opinion, and go find someone else who says something different so you can try to laugh at it. And be like, this guy disagrees with me. Like, I can fucking say that, oh, dude, Misumaru's first spell is brutal. And you'd be like, source? Source for that? Can we get a source? I don't know. Actually, is it really that bad? See, and I like Arya File. I also like when she went 2/3 movement. I'd love to use something else. I just stopped moving completely. Backed up, yeah. People can't make independent comments that have a history behind them to back up their opinion. You have to outsource it to the crowd. God forbid you to have a, opinion on something. I'll do this. See it 10 minutes ago. See, literally free. Her penult's a cool attack. I really like the penult. Dude, I could sit down and be like, yo, I just shat myself the other day. Source? Source? Where's, so can we get backup for this? Reddit, do we believe this is true? Actually? Right, Hashibula, Arya's final spell. Arouse. Wish Arya later not as more difficult. Do we need to make her boss fight more difficult? If you get possessed in a jack off, is it a hand job or masturbation? I don't know. Good question. Super flight. Yeah, I mean, I found out in my practice on Junka that if you have 2 for the final, you know, if you get, as Reimu, if you have 2 bombs going into the final, make it to phase 3, you know, do phase 1 and 2 properly, and then bomb phases 3 and 4, 2 bombs, you're good. Touhou girl has the cutest hair, your mom. I don't know, that's hard to say. That's really hard to say. If I just have to go purely off of initial reaction, I'm going to say, like, Satori. And then here comes Game Glitcher saying something about, why Satori? Because he needs someone to back up an opinion instead of just saying an opinion. I don't think his hair. Mickey is pretty cute. Shoddy. Kind of bad there. Oops. Yeah, we do a little bit of going the wrong direction. Like Bonzo, I'm not one. What are you talking about? 23-year-old guy. PCB spam. I like PCB spam. A lot more than I like books. Although, that's my current book opinion. You know, let me go back to USD and we'll see what my opinion on books is. Although I don't hate books, but I don't... Yeah, I don't have a strong opinion towards it. I guess my only strong opinion towards books is I wish people would shut up about books. Zero. How the fuck did that green guy win? Because he was literally inside the wall. These green yin eggs are piss butt. I could kill that little dude. Okay, I'm gonna move on. But before hold up. So